Hello, hello. Okay. We're playing Survive Min. It should be a very short game, so the stream will be very short in to be fair. Let me see if I can. Yep, here we go. The stream will be very short because this game is short. But yeah, hopefully I'll like it. And let's. Oh my god, I cannot see my cursor. Art. I've been having trouble sleeping these past weeks. Hearing about the strange death, the neighborhood rumors, and whatever the hell keeps making those noises outside after 2 a.m. has made rest a little difficult to achieve lately. But now the neighborhood has gone weirdly quiet. No voices outside, no wandering footsteps, not even knocking near my windows. Stayed completely still in bed. Suddenly, very aware that all the noises that used to be outside sound much closer now. Because tonight, it's coming from my room. Ah, I can't sleep. The words barely make it past my lips. A terrible attempt to ease my nerves. I stared up at the ceiling, the right side of the room, then my left. Nothing moved. The room sits heavy around me. The faint outline of furniture is exactly where it should be. Desk, chair, door, window. Everything is in place. Still, something feels off. I'm way too paranoid about this. I slowly close my eyes back shut. Ah, I should just sleep. Maybe I'll start thinking about it if a voice suddenly speaks from somewhere else my bed, beside my bed. You're really pretty when you sleep. Shit! I looked around in panic. Where the hell did that come from? The room is too dark for me to see him clearly. I can only make out the outline of something sitting near me, sounding far too comfortable for someone who absolutely should not be in my room. Then the mattress sinks slightly. Who are you? Silence. The thing in front of me just stares. The mattress creaks softly beside me. Something cold touches the side of my neck. The last thing I hear is a quiet, unpleasant sound where somewhere between a sigh and a growl. Bad question? Oh, okay. Didn't expect that. I think you offended him. Okay, start again. Wait, is the game not streaming? Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. It's not streaming. Properties. Matic. It's not streaming. No. Wait, let's try another game, another way. Revive win. Okay, this time it's streaming. Oh my god, I've been okay, let's main menu. Yes. Let's main menu. We restart, and we also do the same ending because I feel bad. I feel very bad. Ah. Let me see. Okay. Start. I've been having trouble sleeping these past few weeks. Hearing about all the strange death, the neighborhood rumors, and whatever the hell keeps making those noises outside after 2 a.m. has made rest a little difficult to achieve lately. But now the neighborhood has gone weirdly quiet. No voices outside, no wandering footsteps, not even knocking near my windows. I stayed completely still in bed, suddenly very aware that all the noises that used to be outside sound so much closer now. Because tonight it's coming from my room. Ah, I can't sleep. The words barely make it past my lips, a terrible attempt to ease my nerves. I stared up at the ceiling, the right side of the room, then my left. Nothing moved. The room sits heavy around me. The faint outline of furniture is exactly where it should be. Desk, chair, door, window. Everything is in place. Still, something feels off. I'm way too paranoid about this. I slowly close my eyes back shut. Ah, I should just sleep. Maybe I'll stop thinking about it if a voice suddenly speaks from somewhere beside my bed. You're really pretty when you sleep. Shit! I looked around in panic. Where the hell did it come from? The room is too dark for me to see him clearly. I can only make out the outline of someone sitting near me, sounding far too comfortable for someone who absolutely should not be in my room. Then the mattress sinks lightly. Who are you? Silence. The thing in front of me just stares. The mattress creaks softly beside me. Something cold touches the side of my neck. Last thing I hear is a quiet, unpleasant sound somewhere between a sigh and a growl. Bad question? Death ending one. Had to redo it. Had to redo it. I think you offended him. Okay. I know you. The figure pauses, the tension in the room shifting ever so slightly. If I sell it, maybe this can be a tomorrow me problem. Oh? You do? Yeah, there's been rumors, around the neighborhood and the noises and stuff. Wow, am I that famous? I mean, why wouldn't I be? Yep, all I've been hearing all week. Ha 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 ha. Please work, please work, please work. Really? You know me so well. Oh, that worked? Ew, is what I would say if you were clever. Never mind, all hope is lost. I'm so dead. He just stared and smiled at me. You're not very good at bluffing, are you? My stomach drops. I looked away. Most people would have started panicking by now. The mattress creaks softly beside me. Something lightly brushes a strand of my hair away from my face. Hey, look at me. He sounded amused. Like hell I would. Honestly, if I ignore him long enough, damn it. Uh, I'm good. Thanks. At this point, I'm connecting to the bit out of spite more than survival. Oh, come on, don't be rude. I've got real good visuals. Can't be that repulsive to you, can I? He sighed. You're kinda stubborn, huh? Suddenly, a cold hand grabbed my face with raw force. My eyes snapped back to him immediately. There you go, darling. That wasn't so hard, was it? This bastard. Apparently, this thing's solution to being ignored is brute fucking force. He wasn't lying, though. The figure in front of me was pretty. Sharp features, dark hair falling loosely over his eyes, and skin pale enough to look like he just crawled out of his own grave. A little too pale. If he smiled normally, he'd probably pass as a pretty cute guy. Unfortunately, he doesn't. The curve of his smile sits just a little too wide, and he's staring at me like he's pleased I finally looked at him. It's so fucking creepy. Like the view? I can feel cold fingers slowly curl against my throat. I'm not sure. I not sure. I'm sorry. Min. But that's his name. So, do you just stay indoors all day? Don't you have friends your age? Of course I do. That was a lie. Okay, then you definitely should have heard about me. What is this guy on about? I've heard stories, but they don't usually involve the monster insulting my social life. Well, the stories are usually written by bystanders who have little to no information about me. It's a real tragedy, honestly. So, what's the local gossip? Am I a vengeful spirit? A demon? Oh, a super handsome yandere serial killer cannibal that all the ladies fall for? If it's the third one, I'm impressed. They mostly say that you're something to avoid. Avoid? Wow, that is so boring. People are so pedestrian. He shifts his weight, sitting cross legged on the mattress like he's about to start a sleepover gossip session. Though his eyes still have that unsettling glow. Be honest, if I decided to actually bite you right now, would you give me a really loud, ugly screech? You're making me uncomfortable. Of course I am. I'm a great harasser. Was that an IDV reference? I miss playing that game, but the boycott must go on. Plus, you look like you taste like, hmm, daddy issues. You're insane. I'm not insane. I'm in. Okay, that's enough. Sorry. I'm just very excited to talk to you. This guy is starting to feel more like an annoyance than a threat. You know, killing is easy, but finding someone who actually stays awake long enough to be interesting, that's a one in a trillion. No, don't. You're the one in my trillion. Oh my fucking god. It's as shrimple as that. I'll shove a shrimp in your mouth. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Whatever. What's your deal anyway, aside from being a creep? He pauses. For a split second, the annoying know it all grin drops, and he just looks tired. I just want someone to look at me and not run away immediately. It gets repetitive. You you kill people because you're bored? Don't make it sound so depressing. You do the same if you are wearing my shoes. There's really not much to do when you're dead, you know? If you're so bored, then how did it happen? How did you die? Min stares at me for a long moment, his expression unreadable. Oh, the origin story question? How original. Well, if you must know, I was a tragic poet. I died of a broken heart under a weeping willow in the rain. Very romantic, right? That sounds like absolute bullshit. Because it is. He lets out a sharp, barking laugh and leans back on his elbows, looking entirely too pleased with himself. Tragedy is for people who didn't have a choice in their ending. I, on the other hand, had a blast. A blast? But you're dead. And yet, I'm still living more than you. Sits up, his playful energy shifting into something sharper. He starts tracing a pattern on the bedsheet with a pale finger. It looks like he's drawing a jagged line. Let's just say, back in the 80s, people knew my name. They didn't just avoid me, they locked their doors, they checked their closets, and prayed to God that I didn't believe in just to say hi to tomorrow. You were a serial killer? I was an artist whose medium happened to be terror, but people have such short memory these days. What happened to you? My action bit back hard. Turns out, when you spend your life being the shark, eventually the ocean decides it's had enough of you. Of you. How many times am I supposed to say of you? But that's all the lore you get for today. Spoilers, you know. He looks around my room with a mix of disdain and hunger. The headlines are gone. The fear has turned into campfire stories. It's insulting. So that's why you're here? Why you're still doing this? I'm reclaiming my throne. I don't want your sympathy, darling. I want that look in your eyes. What look? He reaches out, tapping the tip of my nose with a finger that feels like ice. The look that says you'll never ever forget me. Mm, annoying? But you love it, don't you? I mean, why else are you still here talking to me? He sighs, the tension in the room shifting from deadly back to uncomfortably casual as he stretches out on the mattress. Anyway, enough of my glory day. They were fun, they were bloody, and they ended with a bang. Literally. He looks me up and down, his head tilting in that predatory, curious way again. We have a problem. I'm bored, you're still alive, and I'm starting to think you're keeping secrets from me too. I'm not keeping secrets. Everyone has secrets, and I'm a very curious soul. Thank you for playing the preview. Mina's story is far from over. Follow for updates. Oh, so I made it through the whole story. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. This stream was very short, oh my god. I expected it to be just a tiny bit, tiny bit more longer, but it is what it is. And I'm not gonna play anything else because I'm bored. I'm busy. I'm tired. So, thank you so much for stopping by, for who stopped by. And see you next stream. Bye bye.